It's been almost 2 months since the last time we did this. But we're back again with a midfielder tier list. I've selected 85 of the best midfielder cards on this game right now, and we're going to rank them in a tier list format. Now, a couple of disclaimers before we get into this. I'm only including icons that were available via SBCs. That's why you can see Balak, Sauer, Zidane. Only icons available from these SBCs are included in this tier list, purely because if they didn't do that, this tier list would be flooded with icons. But I do have another icon tier list on the channel already. I went through all 194 icons available right now, ranked them in a tier list. I'll leave that in the information tag up there, or go on my channel, check it out after this one. For cheap and fast FC24 Ultimate Team coins, head over to MMOEXP.com, link down below, and make sure to use my code Morsi at checkout to get yourself 5% off. But since we did the last tier list, which has been almost 2 months, a lot of crazy cards have come out. Of course, we've had that Team of the Year promo. That happened at some point, interested as it was. We've had some insane SBCs being dropped, some flashbacks, some moments cards, a whole load of new promos in there as well. And a fair few cards that are featured in this tier list probably were out at the time of the last one. And the tiers, as you can see, are S+, S, A+, and B+. I think that's going to be my format going forward for tiers. I think having an S+ and S+ means I can kind of separate the super elite level cards in the S+ tier, and then also still really fantastic options, still get that S shout just a little bit lower, and we can get a little separation debate going. By the way, if you disagree with anything I say in here, don't be shy. Comment down below, but be nice, you know what I'm saying? But let's go, and let's kick off with some brand new UCL Road to the Final cards. There's a few I've got in here. The main two I want to talk on straight away are Guendouzi and Zambo Anguissa. Now, both of these boys have really nice playstyle pluses for CDM/centre mids. In my opinion, you probably should play both of them as a CDM. They definitely suits that more defensive playstyle. And I'm going to start off with a bang and middle ground these two immediately. Zambo and Guendouzi into A+ immediately. Both of them are going to play better than the stats for sure. Playstyles are fantastic. Jockey plus on Zambo Anguissa, as well as good pace, good physicals. He's going to be a bully. But also, what they both have, decent dribbling stats. They're not too clunky on the ball, so getting out of tight, tricky situations, they could do that. Guendouzi 100% a little bit better because of the press proven playstyle plus. And for me, starting off solid. A+ for both of the boys. Let's get another A+ card in, and let's get Kefren Turam. Very similar kind of style to Guendouzi here. A little bit taller, press proven playstyle plus, and at this stage of the game, I don't think there's too many differentials here. Of course, Guendouzi is upgradable. I don't know how well his team are going to do in the UCL, but anything's possible, I guess. Turam, non-ungradable, stuck at 87, but still a fantastic, solid, no-nonsense. Body more defensive, but definitely more of a box-to-box than Guendouzi. Another man joining them straight away is Mr. Ryan Gravenberch. Now, not upgradable. This is not a road to the final. This is a team of the tournament, I believe it was, or team of the group stage. One of those. I don't know. There's too many of these European promos. I'm losing track of what each one's called. But once again, similar kind of profile to these three boys alongside him. Box to box, centre mid. Hullet gang, no nonsense, ball carrying's great, controlled sprint's really good, shooting's decent, definitely could do with a bit more pace, but give him a shadow chem style or an anchor to boost that up, and you've got a really solid, no nonsense box to box centre mid on your hands. Now let's smash out a few A tier cards straight away. I'm going to place Calvin Phillips FC Pro into that A tier. Unfortunately, Tex couldn't secure a couple more upgrades for the boy, so he sits at an 88, and that is the end for this card. Not bad defensively, but there's 100% better options. I'll be picking all of these guys ahead of him for sure. Mikel Moreno is upgradable, so potential to get a better rating. But at this time, I think he's decent. Maybe a little bit underrated in the A tier. You might disagree with me here, but once again, similar story to Phillips. I think there's better options for sure, which we're gonna be seeing a lot of those in the future. So that's why he's in the A for me. Still a decent card though. And going one level below is Mr. B+ Julian Brandt. I was super disappointed when I saw this boy's moments card in the season progress. I'm a big fan of Julian Brandt. I remember him and Havertz at Leverkusen. I had both of them as red team of the season player picks from back in the day. Unreal combination. I just, you know, he's all right. He's all right. He's not bad on the ball. Passing's good. He's a little bit big and bulky in game, but I'm going to put him in B+ for now. Putting him in the B+ tier is going to be a brand new player of the month for the La Liga. It is Kylian. Now, Kylian isn't necessarily a must-avoid SBC. I think for the price, he's not bad. But once again, with Brandt, there's a little bit left to be desired here. Like, where would you really be playing this boy? Probably a box-to-box centre mid. He helps out a little bit defensively. Not bad in the pace department. Shooting's not insane. Definitely passing and dribbling his strong points. But once again, similar kind of story to these guys. I'll be preferring majority of these over Kylian. Now, Marco Reus is very similar kind of on paper to Julian Brandt in all fairness. But I'm going to put him just a level above for me. I think Marco in game feels a little bit quicker, a little bit more fluid on the ball. He's got some nice play styles. However, first touch isn't the best play style plus, but a little bit better than Brandt for me. That's why I reckon he's going to be in the A tier. Now let's get our first S tier card in straight away. Now I wanted a differential between S plus and S, purely because I think there's some unbelievable midfielders on this game, and if I wanted to group all of them into one tier, it wouldn't work. I needed separation between them. But an S tier card for me is going to be Team of the Year icon Sauer. Absolutely unbelievable. So good. Press proven, in your face, literally non-stop the whole game as a box-to-box. You could score goals, come back and help out defensively. It's just a relentless card, and she's one of my favourite midfielders right now in the game. She's on my main account, and I'm not dropping her anytime soon. Another boy joining her in that S tier for me has to be very similar kind of style in game as a box-to-box feisty player, Renato Sanchez. Always meta, always overpowered on FIFA games. It continues into FC24 for sure. I feel like if he gets that next level up, like an 88 and 89 rated promo card, yeah, this is going to be a nightmare. Like, he's still a little bit that premium price tag. I think we're like 450k around there, somewhere between 400 and 500, but I think he's worth it for sure. Definitely a level above of these boys. He's just got that something extra in game, man. We all know what it is, and he's just, yeah, a nightmare to play against, but definitely an asset if he's on your team. Now, Benacer Radioactive for me is going straight into that A plus tier. Super underrated. Tiki-Taka playstyle plus isn't great. If this man had like a jockey, then, oh boy, oh, press proven. We are dreaming. But still, ridiculous dribbling stats, really nice pace split, solid defending and physicals, the passing's great, radioactive chemistry's there as well. For the SBC price being like 50 to like 80k when he came out around there. What a card, mate. A plus all day. All right, we moved the camera down. That is one thing that I always forget to do in these tier lists. So cameras down, hope we don't block off anything. We're going to go to A plus in this one now. And I'm going to place Anderson Talisca Radioactive into A plus. Barella, A plus. Gioro, A plus. The newly updated Bruiser, Van der Broomen. Videos on the channel, by the way, we'll check it out. In A plus all day. John Stones Winter Wildcard A plus. N'Golo Kante Radioactive into the A plus. And big Sergio Ramos to the very top of A plus. I think he's almost poking his head over to S, but I don't think he's quite on the level of these guys, so he's in the A plus for me. Now, Ramos is really solid, and I definitely think there's a premium for the price tag being like almost 800k, purely because of the name being Sergio Ramos. Anticipate Playstyle Plus is a W, and he is really solid in that CDM position, but I still think there's better options. Talisca, a really nice ball carrier as a cam. Big fan of him. Great Travellas, really good passing stats as well. Barella needs, I don't know what it is with Barella. I don't get on with him too much. I think I take a lot of comparisons to like a Pedri, for example. A little bit smaller, really solid as a box-to-box centre mid. Great on the ball, technically great. Playstyle Plus could be better, but a decent shout, A plus for me. And N'Golo Kante, radioactive anticipate Playstyle Plus. Really quick, good pace split, fantastic no-nonsense defender. Similar to Gioro. A lot of comparisons on paper here. I think Gioro offers a fair bit more in regards to going forward and linking up the play. Maybe chipping in with goals as well. Both of them have pretty poor shooting though, but a really good defensive option still. Van der Boomen, my boy, is the definition of big. He's huge in game. And he's brilliant. Really nice upgrade as well with the FC Pro boost there. Getting free stats into the 90s, which is amazing. And then big General John Stones as that CDM with Block Plus. Similar to kind of way to Gioro and Kante here. Just a no-nonsense CDM. Utilize him to make those tackles almost as an extra centre-back. Now moving to the S tier, we're placing both Modric cards into that S tier. Obviously, the more expensive SBC is the better card because you get a playstyle plus. But I still think the road to the knockout is S tier for me all day. And I'm hoping a lot of you are going to agree with me because this man in game is the definition of cracked. Like precise movement on the ball. He's so technically good. The dribbling's fantastic. The left stick's brilliant. Decent defending stats. Playstyle plus are nice even with the Travella nerf incoming. I think it's happened on old gen now. Coming to new gen soon, so we'll try that out as soon as the patch drops. I think Modric is a fantastic card, man, and rightfully belongs in that S tier. Joining him in the S tier is going to be, some of you might think he's slightly outdated here, But I'm still thinking Centurion as De Bruyne is an S tier centre mid. Use him as a box-to-box, utilise the outside of the box shooting, the ridiculous passing stats, controlled sprint on the boy. He offers a fair bit defensively, even though severe lack of defending stats. The physical side definitely helps. Give him a chem star to boost the pace up, and you've got a fantastic centre mid at this stage of the game still. I still don't think he's quite outdated. He's dropped a fair bit in price. Is he still worth the price tag? Potentially not. He might be worth a little bit less now. Similar to kind of Ramos here. It's a premium, I think, because of the name. But De Bruyne is still a fantastic option, mate. And I can't put him any lower than S. So we touched on De Bruyne. Let's get his Team of the Year into the tier that's basically reserved for Team of the Year cards. Kevin De Bruyne, Team of the Year. I'm pretty certain a lot of you guys are going to expect every Team of the Year to be in the S plus tier. Is that going to be the case? Stick around to find out. But De Bruyne, ridiculous, mate. The finesse shots are basically a glitch. They're so good. The Trivellas, the power shots are crazy. The passing, the pace boost. He's just like one of the ultimate box-to-box centre mids on this game. If you got lucky enough to pack him, GG's. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to introduce a huge chunk of cards to that S tier for me. Valverde, honourable mentions, S tier. I got lucky enough to pack him untradeable. One of my best packs during Team of the Year for sure. Just so good. Even though on paper you look at his attributes, there's nothing really crazy. But he just has that feel in game that makes him feel super powerful. Rapid plus, he's super quick, scores goals. Definitely needs that, skill with a weak foot upgrade. I think it's like 3-star, 4-star. So a boost to that would be nice. But he's still S tier for me. Tony Cruz with some of the most insane playstyle plus combinations for Tony. Anticipate and long ball pass or lob ball pass. Beautiful. I love the passing. I've reviewed him on my channel. Go check that out for an in-depth review. Just elite and, of course, upgradable. So potentially, in Madrid, you back him to at least get a couple of upgrades. At least to a 92. Joining him there is going to be Kimmich. Also S tier for me. Price for this boy's SBC is so cheap. And I think if you've not done him and you need a CDM, definitely consider getting him done. The passing's insane. The pace is decent. Probably going to get upgrades, let's be real, by Munich. They tend to go pretty far into these tournaments. So picture this man as a 92 and 93. Would be dreaming with that upgrade. I'm also going to put Kante's flashback into the S tier as well. As a out-and-out CDM, this man is ridiculously good. The acceleration's insane. Defending stats are brilliant. The physicals are there. He's Kante of old, almost. Definitely could do a fair few more playstyles going forward, though. But it's not Kante's game. He's a defensive midfielder, and he does a fantastic job at that. And I'm also going to place Heung-min Son Ice version into that S tier. Son is still that guy this year. Technical plus, I love. Controlled sprint on this man is so good. The shooting stats, crazy. Green time to strike from anywhere, basically, and it flies in the back of the net. He's kind of dropped off since the big finesse shot nerf, which happened a while back now. Before then, he was ridiculous, but for me, still an S tier option. And I'm also going to place both of Rodri's Fire versus Ice cards into that S tier for me. Rodri is just him this year. He's so big, so powerful, no-nonsense CDM. But the fire version, you've almost got that different aspect of, yes, I could bomb forward and get goals. Press proven on the ice. Crazy options. And still a little bit pricey. Probably like 1 to 1.2 mil for both of them. But still crazy options for me. And they're S tier all day. Now back down to the A plus tier. We're going Alaba, A plus. Goretzka, A plus. Rabiot, A plus. I'm also going to be placing Grimaldo, A plus. De Paul, A plus. Ruben Loftus-Cheek into that A plus tier. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, out of nowhere, turned into a demon. And a lot of you guys, I know, love this card. Me too. I've got him on the RTG as a box-to-box centre mid. He is elite. Needs some playstyle plus, though, to really carry him to another level. But still, a fantastic upgrade and a really solid card. Similar kind of story to De Paul. Lacking that playstyle plus, but a no-nonsense box-to-box centre mid. Can't really go wrong with him still at this stage. Grimaldo. This man's team of the season is going to hit big. I'm pretty certain it's almost guaranteed at this point from the performance he's done already. Unbelievable card once again. Has that option to play out wide as a left mid. I probably would say this version's better suited as that box-to-box centre mid. Almost like Havertz could potentially play as a left-sided 8 in-game. Maybe consider it with Grimaldo. Rabiot, as always, is just a solid, a bit pretty much a bully. in that middle of the park. He's huge, 6'4", great going forward, linking up the play. Similar kind of build to Goretzka. I think there's not too many things to separate these two. I definitely think Intercept Playstyle Plus is huge on Goretzka though. It definitely adds another element to breaking up the play for him. But going forward, he's going to bag goals for you. Passing's nice. They're not the most fluid guys on the ball, but still really good options. And David Alaba, mate, what a player. I use his Evo as a CDM on my main team, the 93 one. Yeah, he's class, mate. Absolutely love him. I've also got this version on my main account, used him for a little bit before I got the Evo, and he is really solid as well. Florian Wirtz, Cam, 89 rated, is going to be in the B+ for me. Similar kind of build to Brandt, but as a Cam, not too bad. He's got incisive pass, which is nice, but doesn't really offer too much, unfortunately, to the game. Couple of cards going to the A tier. We got Ruben Neves. Not a bad SBC considering the price. I believe it's like under fodder value at this stage, and he genuinely is solid. Links aren't amazing, but as a no-nonsense CDM who's got crazy power shots, I do like the card. That's why he's in the A tier for me. Also joining them is going to be Oberdorf, the CDM, 90 rated. Not bad. Really not bad. Intercept Playstyle Plus, and her Team of the Year I think is underrated. I think she's one of the only women's cards to have the stocky body type, which definitely benefits this card because it adds a more reassuring, solid aspect to her defending stats, which is great. Like, she's a no-nonsense physical CDM for me with Intercept Playstyle Plus. Nice little combination of playstyles as well. Trippier Ice version into the A tier. I don't know what it is with this boy. I just didn't get on with him. Passing's phenomenal. Utilize that for sure. But I feel like you're lacking a bit of presence in the midfield. Maybe I would even consider, if this card was a right back, I'd be using him as a right back. But as a centre mid, it's got bullied a little bit too much. But on the ball, technically fantastic. Back up to the S tier, and let's place Bruno Fernandes flashback into that S tier towards the top as well. I love this man's card. So good. He's got like a super well-rounded selection of playstyles as well. If only he had 2 playstyle pluses, that would have had another element to the card. But still, as a box-to-box centre mid, some of the best shooting, some of the best passing, great ball carrying. Also will chip in the defensive side as well. Absolutely love this card, and he's S tier for me all day. Joining him in the S tier is going to be Alexia Putellas, Winter Wildcard. Playstyle Plus isn't amazing on this one, but she's still ridiculous, bro. Like, so good. Trivelas and finesse shots are broken. Even though they're going to be patched, the Trivelas, utilize them until the patch happens. As a ball carrier, crazy. Like, I would definitely say she's more of an advanced centre mid than like a box-to-box. Utilize her attacking attributes more. But just a phenomenal card, bro. If you've got her, GG's. Joe Linton Thunderstruck, I'm going to be putting into that A tier for me. I feel like he's decent as a box-to-box centre mid. Pretty well rounded, and honestly a really solid card still, even though only 86 rated. Might be getting a little bit outdated. But 2 more cards going into the A are going to be Frank Kessie. Needs a playstyle plus. Not great on the ball. Feels stocky for sure, but as an out-and-out CDM, brilliant. Great defending stats, really good physicals, and A tier for me. Also Locatelli. Like 89 rated, but I just don't know what it was about this card. I didn't really get on with him in game. He felt slow, he felt stocky for me, and I definitely prefer all of these A+ options over Locatelli. Let me know if you disagree with me though, and if I'm waffling on that one, but for me, only in the A tier. Moving back up to A+, then we've got Koundé in the A+ tier for me. Let's drag him up there. And Koundé, I feel like he's definitely better as a centre-back, but genuinely like the card. I really enjoyed the card. Bruiser Plus is good, defensively solid. He's quick to kind of scan that midfield and will do a great job for you just in front of that defence. Really nice option still. And I think for the price, bit of a steal in all honesty. I'm also going to be placing in Martin Odegaard, Centurions into the A+ tier. Definitely outdated now, but still as a left-sided like centre mid cam. Really good technically, great passing stats, good outside the box shooting, and great playstyles with the incisive pass playstyle plus. I still think he'll be an A+ centre mid / cam for me all day. Also going to be putting Little into the A+ tier. Little's very similar to Bernardo Silva on paper. Just the dribbling is ridiculous with technical playstyle plus. She's a little bit lacking in other departments as a centre mid though. I think definitely more of a cam for me. Utilise the technical side of the game and you'll be flying with this girl. It's a tough one with this man. It honestly is, because I love this card in game. I just don't know if I can quite put him into the S tier. I'm going to put him towards the top of A+ on a similar level to Little here. On paper, very similar, but this man's dribbling is crazy. Playstyle pluses are amazing. You know what? Screw it. It's my tier list. I don't care. Even though he's cheap as chips, I'm putting him in that S tier, man. He's an absolute machine. All right, there's not many players like him in this game as well that are able to scan that midfield up and down, carry the ball at speed, utilize the great passing stats and the technical plus. Love the card. All right, we got loads of team of the years in here, and I might as well just get him in there. Get him in there now. Putellas. It's a tough one with this girl, honestly. Nah, obviously it's S. Obviously it's S all day, 100%. Bonmati also into the S tier. We're also going to place Judy Boy Bellingham into that S tier, as well as Rodri, S tier for me. These are the 5 best midfielders in the game, undoubtedly. Like, they offer ridiculous things to your team. Bellingham is a box-to-box, incredible. Rodri is a box-to-box or a CDM, unrivaled with Bruiser and Press Proven. Bonmati, technically insane. Putellas, some of the best shooting from outside the box I've seen. Like, Trevellas and finesse shots, they go in the back of there from every angle. She's probably, by the way, my number 1. If I was to rate these in order, I'm going to go like this. I think Bonmati is at the bottom for me, personally, just because of my playstyle. I love Rodri being a no-nonsense bruiser. De Bruyne, incredible as a box-to-box. Bellingham and Putellas, though, in a league of their own for me. They're the top of the S plus all day. Now let's get flying then. Let's go through some A plus options right here, right now. I'm going to place Thunderstruck De Jong into the A plus. Putellas gold card into the A plus. That says a lot about how good she is that her gold is still in this tier for me. I'm also going to place Rudiger, ice version, into the A plus. Also placing Xavi Simons, the new UCL Road to the Final card, in the A plus tier. Camavinga is also A plus for me all day. And we'll leave it at that for now. So De Jong's still a fantastic card for me. Really, really solid as a box-to-box centre mid or a CDM. I love the dribbling stats with the boy. Playstyle could be better, the Playstyle Plus, if you use him as a more defensive player. But still phenomenal. Not quite in the S tier though. A plus for me. Putellas. It's Putellas. She's insane. Rudiger. Intercept Playstyle Plus. He's definitely more of an out-and-out, no-nonsense CDM for me, but still a great card. Xavi Simons is ridiculous in game. Technical Playstyle Plus. He flies. I love this, what was it? Was it a Trailblazer? I can't remember what card it was. It was super expensive when it came out. I actually did it on the RTG, and the boy moved different on the ball. So technically good, and absolutely love this card here. A plus for me. Camavinga as well, a fantastic option. Like, as an out-and-out CDM, offers so much. Great passing, good dribbling, Press Proven Plus as well. You know how much of a fan I am of that. Definitely on a similar level to this Kante and Gayoro all day. Now let's move up to the S tier then, and let's place Zico into that S tier. When we're getting up there, let's put him towards the top as well, because he's phenomenal. Also, Zidane, the 92, is going to be an S for me, 100%. These two SBCs, I feel like if you're considering doing them now, I'd probably say stay away. I feel like if you've already done them, then GG's, fair play, you've got fantastic options. I definitely think Zico is the better option to complete as it stands right now, because they're just fantastic options. 5'5" as a cam, really nice shooting, passing and dribbling. And Zidane, if you got used to using Zidane as a more powerful box-to-box centre mid, similar in a way to De Bruyne for me, I think he's still brilliant. Now, a couple of cards going into the A tier for me. I've got Trezeguet, Winter Wildcard, into the A tier. A really nice option as a box-to-box centre mid for the price. Genuinely really solid. Bobby Firmino, Fire versus Ice card, into the A tier. I still think on the ball he's a little bit slow and sluggish, but really good technical style. And is more of like a attacking box-to-box. Nice option for me. And I'm also going to be placing Granit Xhaka into that A tier. Purely pains me that Xhaka is in the A tier. It's just the lack of agility and balance is really noticeable. 3-star, 3-star. I just didn't really get on with the card as much as I love him. Being an Arsenal fan, he's been fantastic for us, even though that relationship's been a bit up and down over the years. I still think he's decent, but for me, just a little bit too slow and sluggish to really suit my playstyle. All right, we're getting through it now. We're starting to make waves. We're down to our last few selected cards here. I'm going to place a couple of boys into the A plus tier. I'm going to go Musiala, Team of the Year honourable mentions, towards the top of A plus. Joining him is going to be Pedri. Pedri is still a really nice option, and I love the playstyle pluses. I think technically he's phenomenal. He's got really nice attributes, and of course upgradable, being a Barca player in the road to the knockouts. But for me, I still feel like I prefer majority of all of these options above 100%. Musiala, technical playstyle plus and 95 dribbling, crazy pace, really nice ball carrier. Shooting and passing let me down a little bit, but still a fantastic option for me all day. And also, a controversial one when he came out, I thought maybe he could be ridiculous. Alisson, Winter Wildcard centre mid. He's just going to go in the A plus for me, alright? Solid. Bit of a bulky boy in the middle of the park. Not really that quick, but powerful shooting. Great passing stats. And yeah, we'll stick him in A+. Now, some more A+ cards. We're placing Balak into A+. I'm also going to be placing Tamori Ice into A+ as well. We're also chucking Horan into A+. Emre Can into A+. Even though Emre doesn't have any playstyles, I still think he's really, really solid in game. And you take a lot of comparisons to a Kessie, a Joe Linton, and Locatelli. I'm picking Can over all of them. I think he's just an absolute bulldozer, bruiser in the middle of the park. Similar on a lot of ways to Rabiot. Take a lot of comparisons, and Goretzka. Horan, playstyle pluses are ridiculous. Right now, she's A+. Apparently guaranteed upgrades. Leon very good in the knockout stages. She could go all the way up to 92, 93. And if that is the case, we could be potentially hitting S tier, especially with the amount of playstyle she's going to have. Crazy, crazy card. Cold dynamic image. Tomori, very similar to Rudiger. No nonsense CDM. Definitely prefer him to Rudiger though. I think his playstyle plus is better. And just a crazy, crazy no nonsense CDM for me. Balak as a box to box. Utilize the power shots. You're going to score screamers. Super fun card. Definitely don't pick him if you like, well, if you're not into the more stocky players, because the boy is bulky in game, but still a great option. There's going to be so many cards in this A+ tier, by the way. Full disclaimer, I'm going to add a few more right now. Szoboszlai A+, Gavi A+, Dabinia, Fekir, and also Enzo Fernandez into that A+ tier. All really solid options at this stage. Slowly becoming a little bit outdated in my opinion, but if you've got any of them, not bad centre midfielders / cams in my opinion. Also going into the A+ tier is going to be Pirlo. This SBC came out what feels like 9 years ago, obviously during the Centurions promo, and he's still really, really solid. I feel like you've just got to utilise the passing and dribbling though. Like, he's not super quick, not insane. Defensively, physicals are definitely not there. Utilise him as like almost like a linchpin in the middle of the park. Ping the ball into him, distribute it, hit the wings, score goals from outside the box. A dead ball playstyle plus as well is lovely. And I'm also going to be placing Del Piero Winter Wildcard into the A+. At the time of release, this SBC was way too expensive in my opinion. Like, they basically super juiced the price tag. But it's a solid card. Similar in a way to this Modric. Super expensive, but you still are getting a decent usable card. And to this day, I feel like the pace being a little bit low is not ideal. Playstyle plus is really good. I'm a big fan of it. And just the shooting, the passing, the dribbling, really, really solid as that cam. Now we're down to some big, big cards here. Some heavy hitters. Some S+, S tier cards. And also Juff. Juff, yeah, I'm going to put him in A+, you know. I actually used this card. I wanted to try him out to see if he lived up to the stats. And genuinely solid. 3 stars, not great. On the ball, moves quick. Controlled sprint's good. Defensively, pretty solid. The physicals definitely help that. Pace is there. And I think he's decent. If they continue to boost up this man one way or another with promo card potentially, you can have a really nice card on your hands here. For the price, it's cheap as chips. And I take a lot of comparisons to Thuram for sure in regards to build and kind of play style and game. Genuinely enjoyed the card. Now then, we are down to the nitty gritty. 6 to go. Patry, Bonmati, Judy Boy, Hullet, Oberdorf and Neymar. I'm only going to be adding one of these into the S+. Place your bets right now. Talk to yourself, what you're saying, who's going where. We're going to start off with an S tier card, and we're going to get Jude Bellingham 89. Team of the tournament was this? I can't remember. I just think Jude this year has just been immense. So good. Outperforming the stats for sure. Definitely one of the best centre mids you can get on the game. Use him as a box-to-box, intercept playstyle plus, we're dreaming. Also joining the S tier is going to be Bonmati Centurions. Once again, she's still crazy crack. Technically incredible on the ball. No, I love the fact she's got technical playstyle plus as well. A lot of comparisons to Bernardo for sure. A little bit smaller though, so she might get bullied occasionally as a box-to-box, but as a cam, crazy. Also, Patry, I'm going to put into the S tier. Love Patry's card. I'm waiting for that big upgrade promo card. Sure it's going to happen at some point. The Barca girls are just taking over the midfield, and she is dominant, man. So good as a box-to-box for me. Love the playstyle plus as well. And then we are down to Hullet, Oberdorf and Neymar. Now, a team of the year not in S+. Sounds crazy. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not putting her in S+. I'm going to put her towards the top of S. She's still fantastic in game. Definitely underrated. but not quite on the level of these cards up here, in my opinion. That's why she's in the S tier. Bruiser and Intercept is a crazy combination. And as a CDM, like an out-and-out CDM, there's not many better than her right now in the game for sure. Defending and physicals are amazing. Stocky body type, really good passing as well. Great, great card. But yes, only S tier for me. I'm also going to be placing Hullet, Winter Wildcard, towards the top of S tier. Price tag's just crazy at this stage, but it is a Hullet card, and he's phenomenal in game, press proven. But in my opinion, once again, I'm picking all of these 5 above Hullet. But Rude is definitely one of those who's poking his head. His beautiful hair is snaking into the S plus tier. But yeah, I'm going to keep him in S. And the only non-team of the year in S plus for me is Nene Thunderstruck. What a card. Disagree with if you want. But I think this card, 100%, is still on somewhat of a level of these team of the years. On paper, they're better, and in game, they're probably going to feel a bit better. But Neymar is still really, really good on this game. Utilize him as a cam. He's going to be so fluid, so good on the ball. Fantastic link-up play, the dribbling. 5-star skills, man. Just a demon. Outperforms his stats for sure, in my opinion. And Ney is going to be an S+. Let me know what you think down below of this tier list, if you disagree or not. Hopefully, the cam's not blocked off a lot of it. I'll scroll down quickly now. If you've skipped forward, if you have, you best smash that like button. Show me some love down below. But this is the tier list for the updated midfielders. Only a few B pluses. I didn't want to put too many cards down here. Majority of the cards I selected for this, I think, are probably in that kind of upper echelon in regards to centre mid, CDMs and cams. But let me know if you disagree or agree with anything I've said down below. I've been Morsey. Let me know if you want a defender one soon. And I'll catch you later.